On behalf of the class of 2012, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. V. James Marino, class of 68. I would also like to thank Father Durham and Mr. Groom, along with all of the Fenwick faculty, administrators, and members of the board for being here tonight. Additionally, I would like to thank all parents, grandparents, family, and friends for supporting us. And thank you, classmates, for this great honor. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines a cliche as... Just kidding. Some people have asked me about the secret to my success. Well, I usually go to the internet for answers to my problems, whether it is putting an end to an overdrawn argument or learning how to tie a bow tie. I'm slightly ashamed to say that I also Googled how to write a graduation speech. One result read, if I found out that my high school speaker wrote his speech from something he found on Yahoo Answers, I would slap him in the face. It was at that moment that I realized that Fenwick could not be found on the internet. Well, I guess you could look up the address. But what I'm trying to say is that Fenwick is something that must be experienced. To truly know this school, you must meet the students and live in the community. You essentially need to become part of Fenwick. Class of 2012, when did we become friars? Did it happen magically on our first day? Maybe Fenwick got knocked into us the first time we slammed into a bathroom door that, for some reason, opens out into a crowded hallway. Recently, I realized that our status as friars is directly related to how much we understand why alumni come back to teach here. At first, their commitment makes no sense at all. Why would anyone voluntarily stay in high school for his or her entire life? I mean, no offense to Mr. Fennell when I say that to us as freshmen, this strange half-century devotion to a high school seems strange and a bit crazy. Yet, as we became involved at Fenwick, we began to figure out its inexpressible allure. We experienced late-night Bono rehearsals, won water polo championships, twirled our pencils at math team practices, and began to make many friends from many different grade schools. We found that Fenwick is a place where people are motivated, brilliant, and talented, but most importantly, Fenwick is a place where people care about one another. Although none of us has had much experience with other high schools, we know this place is unique. What other schools have days off for state championships already written into their calendars at the beginning of the year? Where else do the bus drivers also teach classes? Fenwick instantly welcomed us all into its community. We more than got along. We cooperated and thrived together. Other schools have students who get shoved into lockers and have their lunch money stolen. But at Fenwick, the only student small enough to fit into a locker is Matt Gorelli, 3-time national wrestling champion. We became friars, not only through what we accomplished for ourselves, but by what we did for each other, as teammates and as friends. We could have grown up anywhere, but at Fenwick, we truly became products of our environment. The amazing feats that we have accomplished in just 4 years speak to our truly wonderful inspirations. I speak on behalf of all of my fellow classmates when I say thank you to all of our parents, teachers, and coaches. You not only encouraged us to succeed, both by instruction and by example, but you also taught us to define our own personal measure of success, for which we are eternally grateful. Because of everyone who helped us along the way, we have made great progress on the lifelong process of finding ourselves, each other, and ultimately, God. Yes, Fenwick has changed us, but we must also never forget that Fenwick, too, is alive and changing. As friars, we formed new clubs, won new trophies, and further enriched the school's tradition of all-around excellence. I'm sure our actions have also resulted in new rules about having a teacher in the lighting booth at all times during assemblies. We leave Fenwick with the knowledge that we contributed to this institution, to its community, and by extension, to the lives of thousands of other students who will pass through its halls in the coming years. We also know, as do all Fenwick alumni, that Fenwick's best days are still ahead. We plan to look on in awe, retired at 25, as Fenwick students continue to break records and set new standards for what it means to be good Christians. This past week, as I attempted to capture the essence of Fenwick on paper, the word I kept coming back to was community. This is the part of high school that cannot be structured, taught, or defined. Community is the reason that entire families go to Fenwick. And community is at the heart of everything that we learned here. Because of Fenwick, I know the benefits of deeply treasured friendships, the value of true cooperation, and I have learned the importance of accepting other people, but never accepting complacency. As we go off to distant places, Scotland and California, Boston and South Bend, we hope that we will find communities that are just as fulfilling as Fenwick's. Unfortunately, we will face adversity. We will notice things missing that we found so easily here. These moments will challenge our confidence, but even if we don't recognize it now, Fenwick will remain with us. Each one of us possesses unique hopes for the future, but all of them have been shaped by this very special place. We will bring its community with us, and we will build new Fenwicks where we find the need. I know that the class of 2012 will get as much from the rest of our lives as we have from our 4 years here. And similarly, we will make the world better for other people as we made it great for one another here at Fenwick. With great pride, I announce the class of 2012 ready to graduate. Yes, we have to leave. Fenwick is a truly amazing place, but part of what makes Fenwick so great is the fact that, physically at least, it is a transitory experience. We entered high school as talented, friendly, authentic, and sometimes rowdy people, as Mr. Groom said, and we are about to graduate having gained an awareness of what we can share with humanity. We have already done our part to make Fenwick home. Now, we must do the same for the world. Class of 2012, now is our time.